Well, good evening, families, guests, and our honored inductees who will soon be coming in. My name is Matt Colwell. I'm one of the high school principals here, and on behalf of Monticello Public Schools and Monticello High School, I'd like to welcome you to the 23-24 Minnesota Honor Society induction ceremony. We appreciate you taking time here tonight to help us recognize and celebrate these amazing people and students. Parents and guardians, I want to just take a minute here to thank you for your support and role in raising these students who embody the principles and characteristics of Monticello Public Schools and those of the Minnesota Honor Society as well. These scholars consistently meet and often exceed our high expectations, not only in our learning, but in their conduct as well. And I'm not sure each inductee actually realizes the magnitude of the influence they have in this building and throughout our community. Each day we've got about 1,400 students that come through those doors, and their leadership is greatly appreciated and it cannot be overstated. So we really do appreciate their presence here on a day-to-day basis. As we prepare for tonight, I'd like to remind you to just double check your phones are on silent mode. And at this time, I would like to turn your attention to the sides of the auditorium. The inductees from the senior class will be entering on my left, and the junior class will be entering on my right.
Welcome to the 2023-2024 Minnesota Honor Society Induction Ceremony. We are gathered here to formally recognize those students who have been selected by the faculty of our school for successfully completing their candidacy and are being inducted as new members of our MNHS chapter. For current members and those former members who may be among our guests, we hope this will serve to remind you of the standards of excellence you too are charged with maintaining as members of the nation's oldest, largest, and most prestigious student recognition program. At this time, I ask that you all stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Our chapter is proud to be inducting these new members with tonight's ceremony, indicating the continuing emphasis on excellence that we are representing for our school and community. Throughout the year, members of our chapter serve as role models for other students. In addition to the strong academic records which establish our eligibility for membership, our chapter members are leaders in many student organizations, and we serve in our schools and community with many activities, including hosting a blood drive and assisting with other local charitable activities. We are proud of this record of accomplishments. Welcome these new members who are new energy and support in continuing work at MNHS members.
It is at this time that we proclaim to all in attendance that the membership of the Monticello chapter of the Minnesota Honor Society has been earned by these candidates through the effective demonstration of the 4 qualities that serve as standards for the society. The mother candle is the lamp by which we read the past, the torch that guides us to understand the present, and the light that illuminates the future. From this candle, we light 4 other candles that serve as the 4 pillars of the Minnesota Honor Society. Junior members of this chapter will now review these qualities for the candidates. We begin with scholarship, presented by Paulina Witchen.
Scholarship denotes a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and study, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for human education ends only with the end of life. Knowledge is one great element in life which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past, the torch guiding us to understand the present, and the light that illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship.
Presenting leadership, it is Adithith Kippith.
Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking initiative in the classroom and in school activities, the leader strives to train and aid others in research their common goals of success. The student who exerts leadership is resourceful in proposing new problems, applying principles, and making suggestions, demonstrations leadership in promoting school activities. Exercises influence in promoting school ideas, contributes ideas that improve the civic life of school, is able to delegate responsibility, exemplifies positive attitudes, inspires positive behaviors in others, demonstrates academic initiatives, successfully holds school offices or positions of responsibility, conducts business efficiently and effectively, and is reliable and dependable. Demonstrates leadership in the classroom, at work, and in school activities, is thoroughly dependable in any responsibility accepted.
Presenting service is Lily Tenman.
The character trait I am speaking of is service. Service can be established in the routine of today's work, where many opportunities arise to help others both at school and in the community. A willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without monetary compensation or public recognition is the quality we seek in our membership and promote for the entire student body. The student who serves is willing to uphold scholarship and maintain a loyal school attitude, participates in outside activities such as scouting, 4-H, church groups, volunteer services for the aged, poor, or disadvantaged. Volunteers with dependable and well-organized assistance, is gladly available and is willing to sacrifice to offer assistance. Works well with others and is willing to take on difficult or inconspicuous responsibilities. Cheerfully and enthusiastically renders any requested service to the school. Is willing to represent the class in or out of school in inter-class and interscholastic competition. Does work without complaining, shows courtesy by assisting visitors, teachers, and students.
Presenting character is Casey Turner.
Character is the force within the individual that distinguishes each person from others. It creates for each of us our individuality, our goodness. It is that without which no one can respect oneself, nor hope to retain the respect of others. It is this force of character that guides one through life, and once developed, grows steadily within. The student of character takes criticism willingly and accepts recommendations graciously. Constantly exemplifies desirable qualities of personality, i.e., cheerfulness, friendliness, poise, and stability. Upholds principles of morality and ethics. Cooperates by complying with school regulations concerning property, programs, office classrooms, and halls. Demonstrates the highest standards of honesty and reliability. Shows courtesy, concern, and respect for others. Observes instructions and rules, punctuality, and faithfulness, both inside and outside of the classroom. Has powers of concentration and sustainability and sustained attention as shown by perseverance and application to studies. Manifests truthfulness in acknowledging obedience to rules, avoiding cheating in written work, and showing unwillingness to profit by the mistakes of others. Actively helps to rid the school of bad influences or environment. By demonstrating such qualities of respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship, we may hope to prove by example that we value character.
Thank you to all our criteria presenters. You may now return to your seats. Here to introduce our speaker is Paul Fazen.
Our guest speaker this evening is Randy Stoik. Mr. Stoik was a teacher of mathematics and science at Monticello High School for 35 years. He attended South Dakota State University, where he received a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics and Biology. He furthered his education by attending St. Cloud State University, where he received his master's in curriculum and instruction. Mr. Stoik has been teaching Monticello's Advanced Placement Calculus program since he started in 1991. And the course has expanded from one class of 18 students to 4 classes of nearly 100. Outside of the school day, Mr. Stoik began coaching math team in 2003. Please welcome our guest speaker, Mr. Randy Stoik.
I'm afraid if I speak from over there, I'm going to fall off. I kind of assumed they asked me to speak here. 35 years, you said? Jeez. I always heard with age comes wisdom. If you ask my wife up there, she says age came by itself. So, I'm looking out here at some of these kids, smartest, brightest people I've seen in a long time. And I think as parents, you deserve the opportunity to see just how good they are. So I'm going to ask them a few questions. They're squirming. Here's the deal. You can answer all as one. Is that better? All right. And juniors, I'm going to focus on them, but you can join in. Are you ready? This is your chance to feel proud, parents. This is just English, social, science, and math. Don't sweat it. We'll start off easy. I'll go kind of fast. Here we go. What's the name of Barbie doll's boyfriend? Ken. If I'm holding a chicken and it's not a rooster, it's a hen. If I'm doing homework and I'm not using a pencil, I'm using a pen. If I was counting 6, 7, 8, 9, spell the word 10 all together. And what are aluminum cans made of? Tin. Mr. Colwell, do you think we could have some remedial science classes for these, just, till they graduate? Tin. So I was looking on the website of Minnesota's Honor Society, and then do have those 4 pillars. We just saw candles lit there. There was, let's see, I was going to write a few things down for this speech, and then I thought maybe the boys of the senior class have it right. Who needs notes? But if I get it right, it was scholarship, leadership, service, and character. So tonight I'm going to talk a bit about the last one, character. And when I looked on their website about character, you heard a lovely description of it. It's pretty long. It seems to me you could boil it down to the Scout Oath. Do we have some Scouts over there? All right, you guys can help me out. The Scout Oath. People of good character are trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, and revenant. The one nobody knows what that is. Did I get them? I skipped clean. Yeah, I didn't do a shower either, all right. Well, of all those things, if you have that, you're certainly of good character. I'll agree with that. But I really want to add 2 more to that. And to do that, I have to tell a couple of stories that involve me and things in the past. The first one is with my cousin Kevin. When I was in college, we met a friend who had a fish house that actually had walls, a stove, and was insulated. And this is the days before ice castles and Yetis. When we fished, we sat on a bucket and hoped for a bite. So the opportunity to fish in this warm overnight, this is going to be fun. So we went, drove out there, found the fish house, put our minnows on, his 2 lines over there, mine over here, and we commenced fishing. And lo and behold, after a little bit, Kevin had a bite, and he pulls up a crappie. Nice one, and he's turning to show me, and he drops it. It's flopping around on the floor. He's trying to catch it. It gets over here, it jumps around some more, and finally he pins it down, throws it in the bucket. Wasn't too long later, I'm looking at my bobber and I think, I think I have a bite. I get down, grab it. It's a nice one. I'm pulling it up, get down there, lift it. It's a northern pike. All right, we caught a pike. I turned to show Kevin, and as I turned, my other bobber was going down also. So without unhooking the fish, I gave it a toss, threw it to him, grabbed this, yanked on this, another fish, pulled it up. It was another northern, all right. And I turned to show it to him, and he's got a look on his face like he saw a ghost. He's like, well, Kevin, I got another one. Where's the first fish? I reached for it. It took across, it just swam across and went right in the hole. Kevin, fish can't, no. He said, yeah, I reached down, I just had it, and it took off across the hole. what the heck, where's our fish? And then I looked in the mouth of the fish I'm holding, and I just started laughing. Some of you are figuring it out. There were 2 hooks in the fish. That northern had eaten one minnow, had a plan, went over and ate the other. I pulled that fish all the way up one hole, threw it in the middle of the fish house, yanked on this one, jerked it right across the floor just as he was trying to reach it, down through there, up through there, and had the fisherman. 2 hooks. So what's the moral of the story? Well, if you're going to be a fish, have a plan. I thought about that, and I thought, I know a lot of people who are like that first fish, the crappie. They flop around, they use up a lot of energy, they just don't get anywhere. They have no goals. Not the second fish. He thought, I'm going to eat both of them, and they'll pull me up all the way back down, pull me again, and then they'll release me for being such a good sport. The second story involves me when I was about 15. We would gather at my grandpa's farm, western Minnesota. All my uncles would come and my first cousins. It was a great time. And it was announced while we were there that if we got the farm work done, the chores done, that we could go into town to the local hotel and swim in their heated pool. Now the thought of swimming in a pool with all my cousins was just, oh my gosh, that was going to be unbelievably fun. Let's go. What do we have to do? So we go outside, and my grandpa Gus, that was his name. His wife was Velda. My other grandma was Bertha. They don't name kids like that anymore, do they? My grandpa Gus says, see that pile of manure? Did I tell you it was a working dairy farm? See that big pile of manure? That's got to go from there out to the fields before it rains tomorrow. All right, let's go. So we got the tractor with the loader bucket on. We got one tractor pulling a manure spreader up, second one ready to go. My grandpa would load up the manure, plop it in there. Somebody would drive it on out, spread it on the field, and repeat. Well, as a 15-year-old, I was deemed old enough to get to drive a tractor. So after a couple of rounds, Uncle showed me how to do it. Here we go. I can tell you one thing I learned. When you take a load of manure out, before you hit the power takeoff to where the beaters and send the stuff out onto the field, but before you do that, make sure you're driving upwind. Downwind, not so good. You can think about that. Well, as we did this work, we were getting somewhere when suddenly a chain broke on the one manure spreader. I was annoyed. Oh, come on, we want to get this done. We want to go swimming. Chain broke, we only had one manure spreader, we'll never finish on time. Well, my grandpa come over, looked at it. That ain't bad. They went in the tool shop and they found some chain, a little hammering and a little elbow grease, and they got to work. Here we go. So we're back in business, load in, load out, keep going. And after, I don't know, it seemed like a long time to me, but it wasn't probably too long. All of a sudden, the hydraulic hose on the loader tractor, spraying oil all over. Well, without the loader tractor, we can't load this. We're not going swimming. Now I'm angry. I'm just, come on, what is this? We got to finish. My grandpa, once again, I remember him coming over, that ain't bad. Let's see. I know, they went and got a hose off another tractor, took it off, replaced it with this one. Here we go, hauling this stuff out. So now we're going to get done. This is looking good. And I brought the tractor around with the manure spreader, and as my grandpa filled it up, it was getting heavier and heavier. I hear this, I look over, tires flat. Now I'm really mad. I'm ready to start using some of the swear words I learned in high school. I was just there for a year. I'm a pretty fast learner. Yeah, I'm just seething. How can this happen? One thing after another, how frustrating. But I will never forget, this was a life-changing moment for me. Watching my grandpa get off that tractor, he walked around the manure spreader, and he comes around, and he looks at the tire, and he scratches his hair, both of them. He only had two. And he looks at it, and he smiles. He smiled. And he said, that ain't bad. It's only flat on one side. We'll fix it. And they did. And we finished the job, and we went swimming. It was great. But I thought about the contrast between my negative, I was mad, my reaction to all those setbacks, and his with the positive attitude. Because I believe in your life, only about 10% of the things that happen to you are out of your control. You can argue it's 20, whatever, but about 10%, you just have no control over those. There's going to be good and bad. 90% of what happens to you in your lifetime will depend not on what happens, but on your attitude towards what happens. The people who use anger, disappointment, the people who choose to have a terrible day and make life around them miserable for not just themselves, but other people around them, nothing changes for them. It stays that way. But the people who pluck the one string you have control over, the positive attitude, when you wake up in the morning, you have a choice. Hey, I'm going to make this a good day, and I don't care what happens. If you use a positive attitude to attack what happens, make the best of it, and move on, things can be a lot different. So there you have it. 1, don't be like the first fish. You can't flop around and use all your energy and not get anywhere. Have a goal. Make a plan to reach that goal and work towards it. 2, use a positive attitude. The power of that is unbelievable. Just notice the people around you who use it, because there are some, and you'll see them. And then as a teacher, I don't know why you guys clapped when I first came up here, because I used 35 years to get good at speaking for 50 minutes. I got time. And then when I'm done, I give assignments. I'll cut this short. We won't do the 50 minutes, but I'm going to give you an assignment. This goes for the juniors too, but for the seniors this week, I want you to write down 3 goals. 1 for 5 years. If you got a diary, great. If you got a notebook, great. If you're using the back of your hand, just don't wash it for a while. 1 goal that you want to accomplish in 5 years. Have a long-range thing. I want to be. Have a goal. Have one for 2 years, and then have one for about 6 months. Have something you're planning to do, be, or experience. Make a plan and go for it. If you reach a goal, set a new one. If you need to change your goals for good reasons, do so, but have one. Don't be like the first fish. 2nd, this week, when something bad happens to you, and it will, your cell phone will break, car won't start, you break your favorite fingernail, whatever it is, I want you to smile and say, that ain't bad. I can fix that, and move on. Good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Stoik. And now, I would like to ask the students assisting with the introduction of members, please join me on the stage. To begin our procession, Ryland Fearbend will announce all senior members of the Minnesota Honor Society. They will be signing our permanent record book. This book has signatures from all Honor Society members of Monticello High School since 1963.
All right, so I'm going to start with our 2-year members. First, Shaylin Adams. Allison Belkey. Please hold your applause till the end. Carter Block. Michaela Burmis. Carson Kallstrom. Dallas Christensen. I went a little too fast here. Gabby Cruz Longley. Trevor Dalkey. Gabrielle Ellis. Keegan Ellis. Skylar Ellis. Summer Erickson. Christopher Falk. Paul Fazen. Rylan Fearbend. Sydney Fuller. Jack Geislinger. Aaron Gilbertson. Adrian Hansen. Bria Hardung. Katrina Hellman. Gabriella Hester. Callan Jacobson. Julia Jerome. Jason Jones. Callie Jungles. Dylan Castor. Hayden Katzenberger. Colin Lovegren. McKenna Lutz. Kendall Metcalf. Jackson Montgomery. Lauren Morehouse. Ava Nebben. Natalie Nemeth. Evan Rasky. Sophie Roche. Ellie Sampson. Dinah Schaefer. Gina Schaefer. Meta Severson. Gunnar Simon. Grant Stahlbach. Hunter Stutzman. Nick Thovson, Bella Vasoli, Reagan Wanchaffee, Clara Warmka, and Sydney Willis. And for our senior first year members, Keegan Abbas, Sophia Cambara, Quinn Crummy, Isabel Legason, Kelly Lapointe, Faith Larson, Ashley Lewis, Ada Matson, Haley Mueller, Zach Pugh, Owen Soderholm, and Rose Urich.
Now introducing our junior members will be Junior Alexis Gramillion.
All right, to start, we're going to do Ethan Badharple. Paige Balder-Lanu. Paige Balder-Lanu. Okay. Shane Buechler. McKenna Beekler, Allison Chafins, Grace Curtis, Colton DeMars, Ella DeMars, Summer Derby, Jamin Deedle, Olivia Dunn, Lainey Emmanuel, Camden Fearbin, Jordan Friedel, Charlotte Geislinger, Adriana Goman, Alexis Germillion, Tyler Grew, Brock Holthouse, Josie Johnson, Vincent Cayley, Caleb Collenbach, Addison Kippeth, Madeline Kosher, Haley Keene, Roz Landcamer, Catherine Lemke, Brooklyn Lindberg, Kylie Mack, Claudia Martin, Kennedy McCullough, Kaylee McFarland, Jocelyn Ordorf, Ezra Pemberton, Braden Ray, Maya Ritter, Isabel Robinson, Rebecca Rousling, Cohen Schlanger, Hadley Schultz, Aloysius Thompson, Lily Tiemann, Casey Turner, and Polina Witchinson.
We will now begin the candle lighting ceremony. The lighting of the candles symbolizes the importance of passing on the flame of knowledge to each generation. Seniors, please light your candles now.
It further symbolizes that the desire for knowledge, learning, and growth should be in light that guides us through life. Juniors, please light your candles now.
At this time, thanks. At this time, will all new inductees please raise your right hand for the Minnesota Honor Society Pledge? Please repeat after me. I pledge to uphold the high purposes of the Minnesota Honor Society, to which I have been selected, and I will be true to the principles for which it stands, and will always maintain and encourage the high standards of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Thank you. This is yours.
Sorry. This concludes this evening's Minnesota Honor Society introduction ceremony. Please join me once again in applauding all the new members of this Honor Society. That's not it. Thank you. On behalf of the MHS members, I would like to thank you all for attending tonight's program. At this time, I would like to invite the Memorial Blood Drive Student Coordinator, Erin Gilbertson, to the stage.
I hope everyone is having a great night. My name is Erin Gilbertson, and I am currently a senior at Monticello High School. And I am very excited to share that I am coordinating the blood drive this year. I was super nervous about giving this speech tonight, but my mom told me to be positive and make sure I don't have any type O's. Anyways, I'm here to share some details about the blood drive that we're going to be hosting at the Monticello High School. It will be Wednesday, December 13th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Everyone from the community is welcome to come and join us and donate, such as parents, students, and teachers. We will have a QR code available on our website December 4th that anyone can access to pick a donation time. Our very own Monticello student body will be volunteering to help out that day. There are many ways to volunteer, such as helping sign up donors during our lunch period, helping the day of with different jobs, and most importantly, donating. If you are interested in volunteering, feel free to reach out to me or ask me any questions after the ceremony is over. This is my second year volunteering for this blood drive, and the main goal is to reach our goal of 60 units of blood. This will supply so many people with blood that they need, whether it's for emergency surgeries, blood transfusions, cancer treatments, and many other uses. Memorial Blood Drive has heard back from many of their patients that receive blood from them, and it is amazing to hear how we help someone just by donating a small amount of our blood. I donated last year, and I am planning on donating again this year since it's a great way to help out our community. We met our goal of 60 units of blood last year, and I know that we can reach our goal this year if we have everyone ready to help and donate. If you have any questions about the blood drive, feel free to come and ask me, and make sure to share with anyone you know about our blood drive so we can reach our goal. I hope everyone has a great night, and thank you.
Thank you, Erin. We got some feedback. My name is Brooke Sawicki, and I'm the Minnesota Honor Society Advisor. Thank you for taking some time this evening to celebrate this time-honored ceremonial tradition. I just want to take a few minutes to mention a few things. First, every student here tonight is expected to complete 15 hours of volunteer service during this school year. Verification of these hours is due in May. Those of you who are continuing membership from last year should have received a copy of the form in the mail in September. Otherwise, all members can either pick one up this evening. They're on the podiums that had the programs when you came in, now has been replaced with copies of that verification form. Also, you can access it through the emails that I send out or the Schoology page that you may join. Juniors, the two criteria that are considered in your continuing membership next year are your GPA and those 15 hours of service submitted in May. So make sure that you get those in to me by May. Seniors, your hours need to be submitted to earn the right to wear the Honor Society cords with your cap and gown. So other volunteer opportunities, you may continue to do those that you're doing in the community, but I just wanted to mention a few more that we've got going on. You just heard Erin talk about the blood drive. As a recap, there are 3 ways to volunteer for this opportunity. You can sign up to donate. You can help with advertising and student sign up at lunch prior to the event, and you can help the day of the event. I also want to make sure that you know about the volunteer opportunity with Toys for Tots. I'll send a follow-up email tomorrow with a link to sign up for that, as there are several dates in the next couple of weeks. I also wanted to mention some of the links that I can send out tomorrow. Continuing members, you've already gotten them, but I want to just mention them to everybody. There is the Thanksgiving breakfast on November 18th. There is a Little Mountain Book Fair on November 20th and 21st. Community Ed is hosting a Parents' Night Out on December 8th. Community Education is always reaching out to me looking for volunteers, so please make sure that you read all of my emails because they'll have the details. And the easiest way to sign up is just through that Google form that I send that I always include in the email. And also assume that if you respond to me and say, I'm interested, or you fill out that Google form, assume that unless you hear differently from me immediately, that once you indicate your interest, you're in. Put it on your calendar and you're expected to be there. Two last things. Number one, cookies are being served on Main Street. So enjoy that with your friends. Take a lot of pictures. Please put the candles in this box here that Michaela is holding so we have them for next year. We will have group pictures. So juniors, you guys did a great job, by the way. You already got yourself placed. So maybe juniors, you can scoot this a little bit this way. We'll pull the tables over. You all can snap pictures of the senior class, and then after they get off stage, we'll kind of scoot the juniors over, and you can take your pictures of them. All right, that's all I have. Thank you. Lights on.